With over 1 year of wet shaving under my belt, I'm going to show you what I used to do and what I do now when it comes to my traditional wet shaving routine. Stay tuned. Welcome back. My name is Chris. You can search me on YouTube and Instagram at shave_and_chat. I'm here with the razor company. As I just mentioned, I'm going to share what I used to do and what I do now when it comes to traditional wet shaving. But instead of just sitting here telling you, of course I'm gonna have a shave while doing it, right? So for today's soap, I'll be using Hendrix Classic Co Face-Off. I'll be lathering this amazing soap with the Aylesworth Altare brush with a G5C synthetic knot. Now I just showed you what I'm gonna be using, but I'm gonna be taking down 1 day's worth of growth with the Aylesworth Apex AL, and then I'll be ending off the whole shave with HC&C Face-Off aftershave splash. Now before I move forward, you could pick up the razor and the brush handle at the razor company. I'll leave their handle down below here. You can also pick up Hendrix Classic Co soap at the razor company. Right now I don't believe they have Face Off, but they have so many different soaps, and as of late, in my opinion, Peter from HC&C has been knocking it out of the park. I don't think you can go wrong with any soap you find on the razor company website or in store. So the one thing that I have done since day one, and I continue to do now, is I start my shave off with a pre-shave oil. And there are times where I'll start off my shave with a pre-shave block or cube. But for today, I will be starting the shave off with the Leaf pre-shave oil. So with the wet face and wet hands, I typically put 7 drops into my hand, and then as you can see, I just smear it around my face. Now what I used to do was get the lather on my face right after putting the oil on, but what I've learned over some time is to load my brush and take my time while the oil is kind of soaking into the skin, softening up the hair, and getting it ready to be cut. Another thing that I used to do was I would take my brush, dunk it into the water, and load up my brush that way. What I do now is I take my brush while it's dry, grab my tub, and I get in there and I start loading. And while I'm loading my brush, the oil is doing its thing on my face. So my brush is now loaded with soap. The oil has been sitting on my face for quite some time. My brush is loaded. I have my mister, and I put this on my face next. Now that my face is wet, take my brush. I'm still not dunking it into the water just yet, and I paint the soap on my face. Now, painting the soap on my face has been something I've done since I started wet shaving. Basically, I paint this on my face first, and it's kind of the same idea as the pre-shave oil. I'll put this on my face, let it sort of soak in, get my hair soft and ready to be cut. So now that the soap is painted on, I'll go ahead and I'll load my razor, and I'll be throwing in a Shark Super Stainless blade for the shave. Alright, so the Apex AL is loaded and it's ready to get to work, and very efficient. So if you're new or you're interested in getting started with traditional wet shaving, I recommend picking up an Aylesworth Apex AL. The pre-oil was on my face. I let that sit there for a while, doing its thing. The soap, I painted it on my face. It's been sitting on my face for a little while, softening up the skin, softening up the hair, maybe even pulling some of the hair out to get that ready to be cut. Now I'll go ahead and I'll actually dunk my brush in, give it a couple of good shakes, and start my lather. Just love so much about HC&C is the fact that their soaps smell fantastic, and you can create a beautiful lather. Now when it comes to lathering, I think that's a personal preference. If you want to quickly throw a lather on, be on your way, you can. But if you have the time and you want to take your time and create a beautiful thick lather, you can do that too. Shaving is your time. This is the time you get to spend pampering yourself. Maybe you had a hard day's work and you need something to calm you down and relax yourself. Shaving can actually help you with that. And when I say shaving, I mean traditional wet shaving, because before I found this, I couldn't stand shaving. I absolutely despised it. It got to the point where I wouldn't even use my Fusion anymore. I just grabbed my electric razor, quickly did a 1-over, and away I went. Or I'd save my shave for the barber, and he'd grab his electric razor and give me a shave. Now, I take my time. I enjoy every moment. I love doing it, and I love the fact that I get to share it with other people. It's a win-win for me. All right, so I feel like I have a pretty good lather. Now, I recommend learning how your facial hair grows. So what I used to do was I shaved exactly the way my hair would grow. So on my cheeks, I would go down. On my chin, I would go back. On my neck, my hair grows everywhere, so I didn't really have a real pattern. I just shaved everywhere. My neck was horrible. To be frank, it's only been around 3 months since I've really understood how to shave specifically the center of my neck. So it's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it, it's amazing. So that's enough talking. Let's get shaving. And I'll show you what I do now. On my first pass, I'm going with the grain. This is a beauty of a razor. I would say it's a mild to medium razor. It feels fantastic. If you're a daily shaver, I recommend picking one of these bad boys up for sure. Okay, so there's my first pass. Like I said, when I first got started with traditional wet shaving, I didn't go basically down all the way. I went left, right, up, down, all over the place, because that's just the way my facial hair grows. Now, during my first pass, I basically just go straight down, as you can see. Another thing that I love when lathering is when I splay my brush, break the backbone, I think it's called that as well. It's so soothing. So quick question, are you new into wet shaving, or are you researching it right now and you don't know if you want to take the leap or not? If you could, leave a comment down below. Let us know. Are you new? Are you ready to take that jump, but you're not quite there yet? We'd all love to know and encourage you to take that jump if you are sitting on the fence. And hey, while you're leaving a comment, if you want to do me a huge favor, give this video big thumbs up, share it, and of course, subscribe to the Razor Company's YouTube channel. And hey, while you're doing all that, if you want to head over to Instagram as well and follow the Razor Company over there, because they have a ton of wet shave content on their Instagram that's entertaining, informative, and one thing that I love is every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, they do a live shave, typically with 4 other people who have picked gear that they absolutely love and they want to shave and share it with everyone else. And the one beautiful thing about that live shave, your name could be pulled for a special prize. So hey, go over there and follow them. I'll leave their handle down below here. Now let's get on with that second pass. So for my second pass, I'm going across the grain. So basically I will be going sideways. But when I get to my neck, I typically do a little bit of a J hook. It's a very small one because like I said, my hair grows all over the place on my neck. And hey, I recommend, if you can, going back a number of videos ago, I apologize if it's too much work for you, I did a video on how to show you which way your facial hair grows. So if you have the time, go back and check it out. And now let's get on with that second pass. Okay, so I'm about to get to my problem area. It's not really a problem anymore. Like I said, with the community helping me out and getting a lot of suggestions and recommendations, I finally figured out how to shave the center of my neck with A, not giving myself nicks or irritation, and B, getting past this Adam's apple, which used to be a nuisance. So there's my second pass. Now one thing I want to make aware, maybe you have a mole or beauty marker, blemish or something on your face and you're really scared to go over that area and cut it. As you can see, I have a beauty mark or a little mole right here. After traditional wet shaving for a little over a year, I gotta say I might have nicked it twice. And if I did, I don't even remember. But traditional wet shaving is not scary. I know it can look intimidating. Oh my goodness, I gotta put a blade in here that's super sharp and yada yada. I'm telling you, once you start, and let's just say you do nick yourself, don't give up. Trust me. Do it again. Because I gotta tell you, the first 2 times that I shaved, I was a bloody mess. I had cuts everywhere because I thought these razors were like my Gillette Fusion. I just grabbed it, started going quickly, doing my thing, boom, 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 cuts everywhere. My kids are losing their mind. My wife's losing her mind. Oh my gosh, daddy caught himself. Ah, he's gonna die. Relax, guys, relax. I'm trying to figure this out. It's been over a year. I didn't give up. I'm loving shaving the more that I do it. I'm like a sponge. I'm constantly learning, constantly taking people's advice and suggestions and just becoming better at shaving. One thing I think I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, if you decide to grab an Aylesworth Altare, the razor company provides the handle so you can pick the knot that you actually want to use. So if you want to use a synthetic knot, you can. I use the G5C synthetic. It's an amazing knot. Or you can use a badger or boar. Most of those knots are at the razor company. So you can pick the handle, which is beautiful. They have amazing colors. And then pick the knot of your choice. And while you're looking at handles, I recommend checking out Hendrix Classic Company. I have enough soap in here to go probably another 3 passes if I need it. The lather from HC&C, along with the scent, is out of this world. All right, so let's get on with that 3rd pass. What I used to do is I would go upwards from my neck all the way up until I got to this center area. Once I got here, I would then go to the side. I would say over the last maybe 3 months or so, I now go up the entire shave. So if this is the first video you're watching of mine, I have to apologize because my hand gets in the way of the camera, so you can't actually see what I'm doing. But hey, at least you can hear what I'm doing. And right now, I need to get going with that 3rd pass. Three passes down. Let's go ahead, wash off the rest of this soap. Now share my thoughts as I go along. Now this is something that I've done since day one. Once I have washed off the rest of the soap or cream that I used, I then grab my Parker's alum block. And now if you're new or you're wanting to get into traditional wet shaving, and maybe you're wondering, what the heck is an alum block? The alum block does multiple different things. It helps heal any nicks or irritation, and it helps close your pores. For me, what it also does is it gives me a good idea of how my shave went. Now, if you're using an alum block, maybe it's your first time or you've used it a few times, and you're noticing a lot of burning and tingling, don't be alarmed. The alum is doing its thing. I kind of enjoy that feeling a little bit. So once I have the alum on my face, I don't wash it off right away, although I do recommend washing it off. What I do next, I'll clean up my entire area, clean up my equipment and everything involved, and get my area ready for the next shave. And while I'm doing that, the alum is on my face, tingling and working its magic. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my area. All right, so my Aylesworth Altare is cleaned up and it's ready for my next use. And now my Aylesworth is cleaned up and ready for its next use. Okay, so now I've cleaned up my entire area and it's ready for my next shave. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and wash off the alum before I put on some Thayers. So the alum and the Thayers are something that I've done since day one. What I love with Thayers, I feel like my face is being refreshed. It's being cooled down and soothed, if that even makes sense. What I've also done, I used to use the Thayers bottle when putting on my Thayers, and what I found was when I poured it in my hand, it just went everywhere. I felt like I wasted so much. Now, I put my Thayers in a mister, and I use this to put it on my face, which I feel works fantastic. Now that I've gone ahead and I've put on my Thayers, I'll go ahead and end off this entire shave with Hendrix Classic Co. Face-Off Aftershave Splash. Oh, that feels so good. And it smells fantastic. Whew, that's some good stuff. So there's the end of the shave. I went over what I used to do and what I currently do when I shave now. Is it going to stay this way forever? Probably not. I'm probably going to pick up a little tip here and there to help improve some aspect of my shave. Now, I hope you got something out of this video. Again, if you're brand new or you're considering starting traditional wet shaving, at least you have an idea of what I do, and I hope it helps you. On that note, my name is Chris, here with the Razor Company. You make it a great shave, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.